What's up, everyone? This is Nate, and I am back with another Out of the Theater review. This time, I just got home from seeing Insidious: The Red Door, or the fifth Insidious movie, if you will. This one is, like I just said, the fifth movie in the franchise, directed by Patrick Wilson, who also stars in this movie and the first two as well. So before I get into my review, if you can just please go ahead, make sure you give this video a like down below, click that little thumbs up icon. Please leave a comment. Did you see this movie? Do you like it? Do you think it was good? Let me know down below. And of course, if you would consider subscribing to the channel, make sure you click that bell icon. That way you get notified every time new videos drop every single week. Now, I will say I am a big fan of the first Insidious film. I think it's fantastic. I think it's scary. I think it has a good story, interesting, good cast, good acting. Insidious 2, okay. Not as great. I did like it the first time I saw it, but on rewatch, I didn't like it as much. I actually like Insidious 3 better than 2, and 4, I'm not a big fan of. So I was intrigued by this one because it is a direct sequel to 2. If you're not that familiar with the franchise, 3 and 4 were actually prequels. So this is the first sequel to part 2. Patrick Wilson is back as Josh. And of course, you have Ty Simpkins back now, grown up as Dalton. Rose Byrne, she makes an appearance. I gotta be honest, I just thought this was okay. I just thought it was okay. There's a couple of good, set pieces as far as the scares, the suspense, but I don't know what it was. Something about it, the whole movie feels more like you're going through a Halloween Horror Nights house. If you're familiar with Halloween Horror Nights, like a Universal Studios haunted house thing, it feels more like you're going through a theme park haunted house than watching a really scary movie. That being said, there's a couple of decent jump scares, but for the most part, I didn't find it too scary. It's definitely not as scary as the first movie. It was okay as far as the scare factor. This is a horror movie, and the kind of horror movie it is it's PG-13, so it's not relying on gore and things like that. So your scares got to be up to par, and there were one or two that were pretty good. The rest, kind of predictable. You could see them coming. Story-wise, I think there was a kernel in there, for a really good movie, honestly. The father-son dynamic with Patrick Wilson's character and Ty Simpkins' character, and kind of what happened at the end of part 2 and how that has affected them moving forward. I think there was a lot to tell there, but I don't think they did a good job of telling it, if that makes sense. I think the end is strong, the last bit, but it happened so fast. This movie's about an hour and 45 minutes. And it's going along. It doesn't really ever feel like it's coming to an ending. And then all of a sudden, the ending is there and it's 10 minutes long and then it's over. So the end part felt rushed and the rest of it felt dragged out. I think they could have balanced that a little bit better. Patrick Wilson, I don't know if this is his directorial debut. I think it is. It's definitely the first horror movie he's done, I'm assuming. And, he needs a little more seasoning. I think he has a really good movie in him because there's flashes, but on the whole, I don't think the movie's terribly strong. It's okay. I do think I probably liked it better than part 4 because I like these characters better than anyone that's in part 4. Is it better than 2? I don't know. Maybe equal for me. Similar. It's definitely not part 1. And 3, I think, is still better than this one. 3 had some better scares. That one was, of course, directed by Leigh Whannell. I think he did a much better job than Patrick Wilson. But that being said, the movie was fine. I gotta say, I saw it with a horrible crowd. A bunch of teenagers talked the whole time, making jokes the whole time that weren't funny, laughing when it was quiet, laughing when nothing funny was happening. I mean, it was god-awful. Maybe that tainted it a little bit, but I tried to take that out of my mind and just think of the story. And I still think it's just an okay movie. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's that great. So for me, this one falls right in the middle. I got to give it a 5 out of 10. If you've seen the other ones, I would say see it just to kind of complete it. But this is not going to win over any new fans who weren't fans of the franchise before or anything like that. I mean, obviously with a part 5, that's rare anyway. But definitely you won't hate it, I don't think. But it's not super scary. And the story is almost good. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. Like, it could have been really good, and it's just okay. So 5 out of 10 for me. Hopefully they're done. Honestly, I'm okay with this franchise being done, wrapped it up. It had a nice bow at the end of this movie, so let's leave it alone. That being said, of course, next week I will be back with another review. I'll be reviewing Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Very excited, so make sure you're here for that one. Of course, until then, take it easy.